Hello viewers, welcome to my YouTube channel and Facebook page javaim.com. If you are watching this video on YouTube, please subscribe to my channel and press the bell icon to get the notification about my latest videos on Java, J2E, Spring, Hibernate and all those things. If you are watching this video on Facebook, please follow my page on Facebook javaim.com. So friends, today we will discuss about method in Java. So what is method in Java? What are different types of method Java supports? How to define a method in Java? Syntax to define static method in Java. Basically these two are the how to define a concrete static method in Java. The syntax to define concrete non-static method in Java. How to access static method in non-static method of same class. How to access static method in static method of same class. How to access non-static method in another non-static method of same class. How to access non-static method in static method of same class. How to access static method in another non-static method of another class. How to access static method in another static method of another class. How to access non-static method in another non-static method of another class. How to access non-static method in another non-static method of another class. So these are the basic things you will get to know. All these questions, all these doubts will get clarified after watching this video. Friends, if you remember in my previous video, I have discussed about how to define variable, how to access those variables, what are various type of variables Java supports, what is local variable, what is global variable. All these things we have discussed in my previous videos. If you have no idea about all these things, please go through my previous videos, which is variable part 1 and variable part 2, which is already available in my YouTube channel as well as Facebook page. So friends, let us start. What is method in Java? Okay, method is nothing but a block of code which is intended to perform a particular task. So what is method in Java? In the Java programming language, a method is a section of the program that contains a set of instruction or code. So what exactly is, like let us say, set of code. What does set of code means? Anything that is within a open curly brace and closed curly brace is called a set of code. So method is a what we can say, method is a set of code which is intended to a particular task in Java. So now what are different types of method Java supports? Actually, basically Java supports two types of method based on its what is that definition of a method. Actually, when we are going to define a method, actually there are two parts of a method. Okay, one is method definition part, or we can say method signature part, and another one is what is that method implementation part. So based on the method signature, we can say Java supports two type of method. One is static method and another one is non-static method. Okay, based on the signature of the method, we can say there are two type of method Java support. One is static method and another is non-static method. Based on the method implementation part, we can say there are two type of method. One is concrete method. Okay, one is concrete method, another one is abstract method. Clear? So again I am repeating what is method. Method in Java, method is a set of code which is intended to a particular task. Okay, and it can be reusable. I mean, those particular set of code we have to define once and can reuse wherever we want. Okay. So what are different types of method Java supports? Actually, in Java, a method has two parts. One is method signature part, another one is method implementation part. Based on the method signature part, Java methods are of two types. One is static method and another one is non-static method. Based on its implementation part or method implementation part, again methods are of two types. So one is abstract method which is having no implementation part, and another one is concrete method which is having method implementation part. Okay. Now how to define a method in Java? Okay. To define a method in Java, we need below keywords and syntax to define a method in Java. First of all, what we know, what we need to define a method? We need a method name. Okay. Okay. What we need again? We need a method return type. Okay. Method name, anything, any user defined name. Like in, let me open one thing. Is like previously, what exactly is? Like previously what we do have, we have variable. Okay, let us open this variable demo 4. Edit plus. So yeah, see, I'm sorry, what is that? Yes. Okay, how exactly we have defined variable? We have access specifier, we have what is this? Data type, we have variable name. So as like to define a variable, we need variable name. Similarly, to define a method, we need, what is that? We need the method name. Similarly, every method after performing some particular task, it has to return something. If it is not returning something, then we have to explicitly mark it as void. Okay, so method return type. Okay, the method return type, the type of data a method is going to return after performing some particular task is treated as method return type. If the method is not going to return anything, then we have to mention explicitly void. Okay, it's a keyword, void is a keyword. Then again, what is method parameters? Okay, what is method parameters? Is a method is going to perform a particular task. It definitely needs some input data. Okay, so those input data or inputs are called as method parameters. Okay, so if the method is taking one parameter, then it is only like parameter type and parameter name, or what we can say the data type and the parameter. Okay, so all these things we will see in a example. Okay, just for your information sake, just for your understanding sake, I am telling all these things. So what is method parameter? Method parameter is nothing but method parameters are treated as the input is going to given to a particular method, that is treated as method parameters. Okay, so the second point, what output a method is going to give. The third point, what input a method is going to take. Okay, Then method accessibility. What does method accessibility mean? We have defined a method. So that method can be accessible where exactly? Okay, we need to provide some keyword like access specifiers we need to provide. So this fourth point is the accessibility of the method, whether it can be publicly accessible or whether it can be privately accessible or whether it can be protectedly accessible or defaultly accessible. So those things we need to mention for as point 4. So method statements is nothing but the code snippet which is intended to perform a particular task. Those are the method statements. Okay, brass and curly brass. Okay, brass and curly brass is nothing but these are the brass. Okay, brass and curly brass. Okay, fine. Apart from this, okay, as here the method return type. Okay, if the method is performing some particular task without any interruption or without any exception, it is going to return some value. If while executing the code snippet, if some exception has been resulted, that has to handled, okay, or can be thrown. So let us come to the syntax part of a method. Okay, what is syntax? Now syntax to define static method in Java. Okay, so visibility and the keyword static, then return type, then method name, parameter list. If it is going to throw any exception, we need to mention that. After that we have open curly brace and method implementation part, whatever we want to execute inside the method. So those can be after curly brace, we can keep those statements. Okay, if after completion of all those statements we have closed curly brace. Okay, so from the open curly brace to close curly brace, okay, it's a set of code snippet. Okay, now example. What is the access specifier we can use? We can use public, private, protected for visibility. Okay, so I have used here public. I am going to define a static method, so I must have to use the static keyword. As you know, to define a static variable, we must use the keyword static. Similarly, to define a static method, we must have to use the keyword static explicitly. Okay, now fine. Return type, my method is not going to return anything, so it is void. Now method name. So method name can be any user defined type, any name you can give, but I have given the method name as add. My method is going to take two inputs. One is of integer type and the variable name is a, another one is integer type and variable name is b. Okay, now open curly brace, my method is not going to throw any exception, so this part is optional. Right, this part is optional. Now open curly brace, close curly brace. Clear? In this open curly brace, close curly brace, I have defined another variable result and I have added these two variable input parameter a and b. I have added and assigned to a integer type. Now tell me, two addition of two integer, what it will result? It will result a int. So I have a variable of type int and the name is result, and the addition of these two variable is going to assign to this result. Now how can I print? I can print something like this: system dot out dot println, okay, result. Okay, my method is not going to return anything. Now you have question, right? If my method is going to return something, then how will I do that? Now copy this part. Okay. Let us say my method is going to return something. So instead of void, in this particular scenario, let me define my return type is int. So as my return type is not void, I must have to write a return statement inside the method. So what is that? I can write something return result. Fine. So this way you can define. So return type can be anything, any primitive type, any class type you can define. Clear, friend? So this is the syntax and its implementation to define a static method in Java. Clear? Now how to define a non-static method in Java and its syntax. Okay. So how to define a non-static method, its a syntax is, yes, I do have what is this, visibility and return type. Okay, I no need to mention the static keyword, just compare the syntax over here. See, visibility, line number 40, okay, just see. To define static, visibility, then static keyword. To define non-static, okay, visibility, then there is non-static keyword directly return type, then method name, then parameter list. If any exception it can throw, okay, it is optional part. Open curly brace, then close curly brace. Okay, example, the same example, just I have removed the static keyword. Okay, public void add, okay, int a comma int b. Okay, int result equal to a plus b. On the same way, when we are trying to return something, okay, we can define something this way. Instead of static, remove the static, that is enough. So your method is going to publicly accessible and it's a non-static method, so the keyword static is not there. Your method is going to return integer type, so the return type is int, and your method name is add. It takes two parameter, one is of integer type, variable name is a, another one is integer type of variable b. It is not going to throw any exception, so that part has not been mentioned. Then open curly brace, and line number 67 and 68 is the implementation part of your method. Clear? Now come to the part, the next question. What is that next question? We have covered up to syntax to define non-static method in Java. Okay, for your information, I just want to inform you whatever the syntax we have discussed so far, these are for, okay, these are for concrete method. So what exactly a abstract method is, how to define an abstract method, where it can be defined, if I define an abstract method, what should be my class signature is, all these things we will cover while discussing the, what is that, while discussing the abstract method or abstract class interface concept. Okay, so for the time being, focus on the concrete method in Java. Clear? So in next video we will discuss, okay, all the things related to how to access the static method in non-static method, how to access static method in static method. These both are in same class. Okay, all the possible way I do have, all these things we will discuss in next video. Thank you. Thanks for watching this video. Bye bye.